Well, it's been a long time since I've recorded anything about this bike, but it's done. It's actually a 1972 Harley Davidson FLH that I converted into a clone, if you want to call it that, 1971 or 1972 Harley Davidson FX Superglide. And this bike came out of Charlottesville, Virginia, which is about, I don't know, 80, 90 miles from me. And it has, basically the top end's been rebuilt on it. It's got S&S heads on it, and cylinders were redone. But I've painted the frame. I've got the rear bow tail fender. Unfortunately, you know, being that these things are, what, 54 years old, it's got a split in it, but that's, even the one in the Harley Davidson Museum has splits in the seat. It's got the Sportster front end on it. It's Superglide. It's got the internal throttle on it. There's the Superglide up here. It's got 29,000 original miles on it. But it's pretty much, and it's got electric start, and I put a high torque electric start motor in it so that I can still hide the starter so you don't see it other than the starter solenoid there. You can see the smaller tank, the smaller battery box, and you can see down here, you can see the starter down there, which sits really far back in there. So anyhow, this is a numbers matching bike for 1972. And it's really a rust-free, clean bike, and it runs when I got it. I started it when I first got it. I haven't started it after everything I've done to it, but it should start right up. It's got the Superglide back little reflector and Superglide emblem. I bought this. I bought the tanks and the seat up in northern New Jersey. Nice fella up there. He actually has a Superglide. And I was telling him what I was doing, and he was really excited to hear that. It's even he gave me these AMF stickers, which go on this year's bike. That was kind of a dealer option, but most of the bikes got them put on. It's got the red, white, and blue Harley Davidson scheme on it for 1971. I guess they did a 1972 red, white, and blue scheme. Probably the same pattern and everything. But it's got the original 71 brake assembly. I found that in a guy on Facebook up in Wisconsin somewhere for $100, and he mailed it to me. It's got original Bendix carburetor with all the correct brackets. It's got the original voltage regulator back there in chrome condition. I think it may even have a partial tag on it. Let's see. Yeah, it still has the partial tag on there where it says caution back there. But it's got the correct horn bracket mount and everything for it. The fuel cock is not original to the bike, but it's got juice brakes front and rear. I put no, not front. The front brake is drum brake, and the back brake is hydraulic, but it is drum brake. But tires are basically new on the back, and I tried to put all the correct parts with the correct bolts in the correct holes. It's got the Harley #1 badge on it. It's got the choke that's actually in the dash the way it should be. It's pretty much original looking bike. I mean, it's not original because it's got instead of a C, it's got it's a 2, what is it? It's a 2A instead of a 2C bike. I believe it was originally sold in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, at the local dealership there. That's where the Harley factory is. And Harley factory, I think, opened in 1972. But it's got the correct backwards peg on it with the mid-style foot peg. Didn't have a front peg on it. Some people put highway bars on it, but I was trying to make it just like it would come out of the showroom. And there's another boo-boo on the seat, but trying to find an original seat. And I really, if somebody had an original bike and they needed an original seat, I would let them have it before I would do it, because I want to make sure that their bike is totally original, as good looking as possible. But it's got the correct passenger foot pegs on it. Those were hard to find. So anyhow, this is the bike that this is my dream bike. I remember seeing this bike in the dealership in the San Fernando Valley in California. It was off of Balboa and Sherman Way, I think. But the bike didn't have a kickstarter on it, so I had to put a kickstarter on it. That was really easy to do. But it's all there, and it's done. I'm still got to find. I've got a Virginia Virginia 71 or 72 license plate for it. So, but it's got the pancake. I think they call that front wheel or front brake, and then it does have the original sticker still on it for what Harley issued it there. The air cleaner is not the oval is the air cleaner there. That's not the greatest in the world. I've got another one coming that I'm going to put on another bike, and the one's coming's got to actually there's a decal that goes there about the air cleaner. But I painted it myself. I used the 2K staged 2K high gloss paint with the gloss, with the clear coat in it, and the stickers are actually, they're not painted on, they're actually decals like it would have been at the factory, and I didn't clear coat those in because they weren't like that at the factory. So I love it. I just love it to death. It is one of my, it's always been one of my dream bikes. I had one before, and it was actually a real Super Glide, and I sold it, and I shouldn't have done it. I'm trying not to sell stuff now. I want to keep it until I can't take care of it anymore, and then the kids can go ahead and sell these bikes. I paid $4,800 for this bike, and a lot of the parts have been put on another bike that I'll show you in another video, which we're calling the Frankenstein bike, and I'll go into that in detail. But this is quite a treat for me. You just don't get to see these bikes very often, especially to have one. Even though it's a replica, I don't think it's an embarrassment to be in a replica. It's a pretty well done bike. I mean, it's got most of all the original parts, and really, other than the electric start and instead of being an A2, instead of being a C2, instead of being a 2A, which it is, versus being a 2C, that's really the only difference in this bike. That's about the only difference. So, and probably parts of the wiring harness. But I took most of that part of it out anyway. So, but there it is. 1971-72 Harley Davidson, Sparkling America, the Evel Knievel days, Sparkling America, Harley Davidson Super Glide. It's a beauty, and I love it to death. And I've been working on it for well over a year, collecting parts and putting them on and making sure everything was right. But I think it's a pretty good representation. And I think anybody that would be proud to have this in their living room, I'd love to have it in my living room. Right now I have it in my showroom in the back of the house. And I don't think you can go wrong. 1972 Harley Davidson Super Glide in Sparkling America, red, white, and blue color.